Hi guys, I'm putting my bonus program this week on public YouTube, and I'll put the additional resources that I create around this in our members group. Okay, so I had a student ask about a bonus program for 3 to 6 year olds that they could create. So that's what this video is going to be about. By the way, if you're not one of my students and you'd like to train with me, you can go to mindfulnessforchildren.com.au or cotusrising.com and sign up for a level 1 course to earn your certification as a Mindfulness for Children practitioner. Okay, so in this particular video, I want to talk about creating a program that's going to develop stewardship. Okay, so the B program, that 10-week B program, was also designed to develop stewardship. And I really like trying to always develop that concept within children with the programs, because that way we're really connecting the self with the environment. And so we're creating conscious children for the future that care about their environment and in an intimate way. Okay, so we can create programs that are going to help the child to create that intimate connection with nature, and at the same time they're learning to meditate and to practice their mindfulness. So in this particular lesson, I'm saying try orchids. You don't need to know a lot about what you're going to teach them, because you can learn each week. Alright, orchids are a great one because, you know, most people know that plants are put in a pot, put in dirt. They grow in dirt. But orchids do not grow in dirt. Sometimes they can grow in dirt, wood kind of a substance. They love wood chip. Being in a wood chip, something that really does filter really well. I hope you can see that. But orchids also grow on the wall. Sorry about this moldy wall. I only rent, and I'm still waiting for the landlord for this new property to come and clean this wall. In the meantime, I have mounted these little baby orchids. I've got 4 of them, and you know, you would get a lot of pleasure from doing this, and you could do it with the children. It is not hard. I've used a tiny little that really easy to break kind of wire. I did have them hanging on that, but they broke. This one's still holding on, but yeah, it's a bit fragile. And so I have just drilled this piece of bark to this piece of bark and tied it up with string at the back. And then if you can see there, the orchid is also tied up with just a little bit of the wire as well. Okay, so you're teaching the children each week. There's just a little bit of knowledge about the orchid, and then we're going to just ask them each week to be one with the orchid. So for example, the first week you talk about how orchids really only need to be they don't need to live in dirt, and in nature they actually grow on trees. They still do need water. I've got a vase here that I've brought out, a slightly different type of orchid, little miniature one there, but these guys will grow just out of the water, and I've got a huge big pile of them. But when you soak them, that's the same kind of root, but it's just soaked with water. And so you can just put these in water as well and just soak them, and it brings it right back. When I say a pile, I literally do mean like just this huge mountain of orchid just growing. My dad planted it 25 years ago, and I decided, right, I'm bringing that with me, and that's what I did, and it's out the front. We'll look at that another time. All right, back to the lesson. So that is one lesson. We've just talked about how, orchids don't need to be in dirt. They can grow off trees. They like wood chip. And then we're going to just ask the child to look at the orchid, to focus, so it becomes the foci. All right, each time you use a different plant, a different structure, whatever you're using, that becomes the foci for the mindfulness of breath. So you've got an open-eyed mindfulness of breath for 30 seconds if they're 3. Build it up for 2 minutes. If they're 6, go to 5 minutes. If they're 18, work with the child, work with the group, teach to the group. Don't sit a child there for too long if you realize half the group is just too much of a struggle. But make sure you do give them at least 30 seconds of silence to connect with their breath. Don't talk through it. Give open space where they can come into themselves. Because if you're still talking, they're still listening externally, and they haven't come in to listen internally, because it takes time to develop the type of consciousness that can listen inside and listen outside. That's more of a bubble of consciousness where when kids are young, they do kind of focus their attention on one thing or the other. So we're sitting, and of course we do that also as well as adults, but we can also do that bubble of consciousness with training. So anyway, what we're doing is bringing them back to stillness and breath. All right, and then we're going to ask them to do a meditation where they are actually being one with the orchid, sitting there meditating, imagining what it would be like to be the orchid, mounted on the wall or growing in the wood chip pot. However you've got your orchid, try and mount one, because that is really interesting, and it's a great way for children to understand that even different plants need different environments, just like people need different environments. So meditating, being one with the orchid, and don't underestimate the kind of experience that could be. That can be so deep and meaningful. It sounds a little bit weird, but once you do it and you're realizing, okay, wow, I'm just consciously connecting with nature on a different level and on a deeper level, and I'm making a conscious connection with that plant somehow. It may not be consciously with the plant because the plant's not conscious, but consciously I'm connecting with the environment, okay, on a really deep and meaningful level. And however old the child is, that's how deep and meaningful it will be. So that's why I'm saying you do this for a 3 to 6 year old or an 18-year-old, and the difference is going to be how they conceptualize the experience, and with constant connection to that particular place, that particular exercise, then they will develop deeper insight and a deeper, more profound perception of reality. So we're really just growing their conscious awareness of not just how things are, but how they can be, how they can choose to consciously experience and connect. Right. And so at the end of the lesson, you're going to fill it up with an artwork, but keep it very centralized. In the B program, I created this different artwork and different activity game every week. It's just huge. It's got everything in it. For this one, I'm just saying, just put a drawing exercise at the end of it, and don't even change that around. Make it just colors, crayons, or just pencils, or just painting every week. Whatever the medium is that you choose, it doesn't matter what age group they are, keep it at that same medium and at that same particular way of expressing. So you might say, okay, we're just going to use this piece of paper to put down the color that we see. Maybe you can contain it in a smaller square if you've got a great big piece of paper. But what you're asking them to do is look for color. Look for all the different colors and express those colors on that piece of paper. And they're going to do that every week. And each week they're going to just develop their eye for color. Okay, they're going to realize, wow, okay, there's some yellow in those roots. There's a little bit of blue tinge in these leaves, and there's a little bit of yellow in these leaves, and there's orange and red in these barks, and there's browns and greys and black, and then they're going to see deeper and deeper into what looks like, you know, brown, green on brown. They're going to realize, wow, you know, every color is there. It looks like almost a, you know, some purplish. It's just so dark, the maroony purpley. You could easily color some purple into an area like that, and it would look perfectly fine. So we're just looking very deeply into what at first glance is brown. We're just going deeper and deeper. I hope I've got that filming on it well. So yeah, and then that's all they're doing each week, is just continuously doing that. You could even take it down to a leaf. They're drawing a leaf, and they're getting better and better at drawing that leaf and putting in all the colors, okay, the different types of green, the dark, the light, the yellow, the blue, okay, a lot of other kind of leaves. If you're doing a different type of project next with a different flower, you might see more red in the leaves. So we're just really looking and seeing what's there, and the meditation is connecting with the actual flower itself. Now you can also do other, I'll finish this off by going into other ways that we can, so you can mount that as well. I don't think I added that. You can mount that yourself. It's not hard. Okay, I found that piece of bark and this one, and I just drilled this one to this one using this metal, this little easy light metal, and then I put the orchid there also. He's just wired in very gently. I even kept the picture on the back, and so imagine when that does spike, I hope you can see that, when that does actually spike, that's going to be beautiful. And you can come back in. That's called Snuggle Bear Amanda, and they're all different. The different ones that I've got have different names. This is New Bold Warrior, Alan Blee's Beauty. Okay, so they're all different. They're all going to have different flowers on them. So, you know, you can add that in when they actually spike. All right, so another project I've got going here is I've got, I wanted this project to be about shape, okay, geometry. So I've got the the gardenia here. That's going to grow 1 meter by 1 meter. So I'm wanting to then hedge that into a box. So it's like a square. It's going to go 1 meter by 1 meter, and I'm going to square it all around. And then this is a rose, and this is golden bunny, and it's a climbing rose. So my husband's actually making a structure. I want a circle coming here, like there's a circle here. It goes up and around, climbs around, and then the backdrop is that other, the rectangular window. Okay, so when you come back, you'll see that it will be a square sitting on a circle behind a rectangle. Okay, so, and you know, that's just that then becomes a great meditational point. It's just the symmetry. As you know, when we're meditating with sacred geometry, it helps still the mind, and so that's just like we can create for ourselves, just, you know, ornamental pieces using our garden. Another project, and so this one as well is going to have a very when the orchids spike, they have a fragrance, but the rose has a beautiful fragrance all the time, and when the gardenia flowers with the white flowers, they have a beautiful scent as well. So, you know, you'll be able to really explore meditation with smelling the gardenia or smelling the rose. Probably the gardenia, and probably won't be as many roses, but there'll be lots of gardenias and flowers, and yeah, it is a beautiful, very strong smell. It's really lovely, and it'll be a great way to do just a 2-minute meditation. And you'll just notice how just sitting there, you know, smelling it, meditating with it, and you notice how the white petals start to soften so quickly as well. It's such a delicate little flower. So yeah, that's a wonderful way to experience just a sitting meditation that's focusing on smell. And another project can be succulents. They're so cute. They're just such cute little guys. You could start this project in January and have it going all year, just once a week. They only need water once a week, these guys. So imagine you've got, you can buy these for $1 each. Okay, I bought all these little pots here for $1 each. They're all different. I got them off someone on Facebook, and that's really cheap. I got bigger ones as well because, you know, and they were like $3, $5. This was a little bit more, but the most I paid for, you know, a great big one was like $30. And these guys are just, they're amazing growing succulents because you can watch them have little babies, like this one here. It's had a little baby there. All right, and these have all grown. See that? That's the original leaf. He's put a leaf down, and then it's spiked like this, and grown from there. And that's how these things grow. Or you can take a leaf off, like if you pull a leaf off here, oops, right from the stem, then you'll get a baby that'll start to grow out there. And so with the succulents, again, you have the art at the end of it. Same with the geometry. You can play around with that. They can explore color, explore trying to draw a rose or a gardenia. And the succulents, each week they draw their succulent. And the extra special thing about the succulent is that it is going to be a Christmas gift or a Mother's Day gift, whatever you designate the program for, however long you want it to be. And every week when they're watering that succulent, they do a loving kindness meditation, and they're really thinking about that special person that they're giving this to. All right, and then they can do just a gratitude meditation for the succulent, and, you know, just sending that succulent good, positive, growing vibes. And they're doing that each week, knowing in their heart that this is a gift for their mum, or this is a gift for auntie, or for nana, or for whoever. And so they're really connecting also with that succulent as, you know, stewards. They've got to keep it alive, and they're watching it grow. Right, so they're really connecting with it in a deep and meaningful level, and they're happy to draw it too, because they're starting to develop an emotional connection to their little succulent. And so yeah, perfect lesson for 3 to 6 year old or older. And you know, the older they are, you can teach them more about how to grow the babies, how to grow succulents from leaves. Again, they only need water once a week, so they're a great one that's just not going to die as long as you have the right dirt for them. They need really well drained dirt. Again, you know, when you offer a program like that, it also helps you explore, it helps you learn, and it keeps you interested and curious, and it helps you to flourish as well. There's so much information on YouTube on how to grow orchids, how to look after succulents. I'm even propagating some roses here. I'm hoping that they will take off. So, you know, when you're offering programs like that, like I said, it's great for you as well to develop you, because you've got to maintain your own flourishing in order to help everyone else flourish. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this bonus content, and feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to put this in the private group for the Facebook group, and in the members area on the website. And like I said, I'll add different resources as well. So yeah, enjoy. And like I said, if you're not one of my students and you'd like to sign up, just go to the website mindfulnessforchildren.com.au or cotisrising.com and sign up for level 1. That will give you the Mindfulness for Children Teacher Practitioner certification, which is certified through IMMA, the International Mindfulness and Meditation Alliance. All right, so yeah, we do the bonus content, and I'm going to catch up because I've just moved after 25 years, and I've had a lot of sorting and unpacking and everything else, re-establishing gardens. So I'll make a series of different videos for the bonus content. Like I said, they'll be in YouTube and in the room. Thanks for listening, and like I said, please give us some feedback and let me know your ideas. Okay, bye for now.